absolutely ridiculous. They'll believe anything. They'll believe anything. Maybe. Right, so for our last segment today, we're going to try to do things a little bit differently. We're still here for Christmas. You know, we've got Santa visiting. And we thought that Christmas, New Year, it's a good time to just talk about things that we're happy about. Because there's so many issues. We're always talking about stuff that's very serious. So maybe we can mix it up a little bit and talk about things that are giving us a little bit of hope. What do you think, Abby? Is it a good idea?
Way. Yeah.
I think so, right? So please give us a like, a share, and a subscribe. It really helps us. And we're doing this because we want to share information and opinions and viewpoints with you guys. So, please give us a hand.
Yeah, 如果你喜欢我们的影片的话，请帮我们按赞、分享、订阅。
Right, so Abby, why don't you try? What are you feeling hopeful about or thankful for or any of these things? Have you got anything?
Okay, I have lots of things.
Right.
But
glad to hear that. That's pretty good.
Yeah, but I got ideas about family, jobs, and all the stuff. I don't know which one should I start.
Choose anyone. Go for it. Let's see.
Okay. Because we are during the COVID era. I think after level 3, what I most grateful is I can keep my job.
Sure.
Yeah. I know lots of people suffer from the COVID because they, like a restaurant or
certain types of jobs.
So
right?
certain types of job. But my job didn't affect it, and we also can work from home.
Sure.
So
lots of people
so
have been lucky, right?
So for me, I think I'm lucky. Just I don't think it's my job is like a more good or better than others. No, I'm just lucky to choose this job, and during this pandemic I have some advantage of it. That's it. So I'm grateful, but
okay,
yeah,
nice. I think for me, for my first one, I'm actually going to use this. Like, I'm very grateful that we're doing this. You know, I enjoy my normal work, and it gives me a lot of job satisfaction. You know, but creatively, this has really been great because I think it's really pushed me to be more creative and use parts of my brain that might have been a bit lazy before. So I didn't know if we'd really get this thing going because we've been doing it for so long, and we've talked about this before, right? We practiced in different rooms and different cameras and microphones and everything, and now we've got 33 videos up in a short amount of time, and it's really going well. So I'm pretty happy about that. You know, very thankful for that. It's like been a good surprise. You never know who you're gonna meet. Like when I started my business, I met my business partner Jeff, and I kind of think of him as a type of a soulmate, like just someone I was just supposed to meet on my journey. We call him my twin brother. He calls me his twin brother.
Oh, yeah.
And you know, even though he's in China, like even though I don't see him, I haven't seen him for years now, but I feel very close to him a lot. I'm very thankful for him too. I could add that one, but you never know who you're gonna meet. And when I met you, you know, you like came to the business as a client and stuff, and I could never have dreamed that it would get to where it's gotten today, right? So I'm pretty happy about that.
Oh my God. Yeah, I also really, really appreciate it, and I'm really glad we are doing this because, like you say, we never know who we're gonna meet, what thing we're gonna do.
Sure.
I just come to here just for, I think learning my English, but somehow it's like
turned into something else, right?
More like a communicate or more conversation with the lots of kind of stuffs. So that's I think it's I expected to come to here every week because I gonna have to share something, and I also can hear what you said. like what's your opinion? It's all like a new angle, new things. And I think it just only about talk is like make my life to another level. It's a different level, you know.
Just talking about different things, right?
Just talk about things,
Yeah.
but it brings my life into another level.
Oh, I'm very happy to hear that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when you say you, I know when we talk, yes, I'm like when you say you want to do the podcast and you want to do it with me, I go, wow. Yes, like how to say, it's like I don't know how to say in English. Just it's like approval. Approval, or just like oh my god, yeah, that's so cool, like we're gonna do it. And somehow like after 1.5 year
turned into this,
like this.
Sure. Yeah, like for me, one of the things I do in life is I try to be open to things. So when it comes to who you're going to do something with, I often kind of feel like life chooses it for you. So like it happened that way. And I think, well, let's just go with it and see what happens, right? You know, instead of trying to force things. And I've done this as well with people I've dated as well. Is like people say, well, didn't you choose and like look for a certain type of person? And I've never ever kind of done that. Like I just live life and try and live it and see where it goes. So like starting my business, I never thought this would happen. Other businesses I've started with, the people I've started it with, it was more just seeing where life's journey would take me rather than trying to push it a certain way. And it seems to work pretty well, right? I think it's more like a destiny thing than...
Just follow your gut feeling or follow your heart. Go with the flow. It will feel like something gonna happen and shows on the road. It will make a surprise. But if we want to try to plan it or try to make something happen, at the end it doesn't really.
You can change it. You can change what it could have been, yeah. And I mean, the other way works too. Maybe if you plan something, you'd have a different result. But I don't know. I like to see where life's going to take me. Because I like being surprised.
Yeah.
That's the thing. I like to see what happens. And then the people who it ends up happening with, the people it happens with. And it generally seems to work pretty well. I've had a lot of good experiences in life and lots of good memories. And by doing it that way, by seeing what life was going to throw. And just trying to stay true to, I don't know, just being the person I want to be while I'm doing it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's interesting.
And I think the one thing is really cool is like, when we do the podcast, we're gonna face lots of challenge and just so it's like out of blue at the beginning. We don't know what to do, or we face lots of we failed sometimes. But eventually, you're gonna have some options, or you try to some strategy to fix it. Just you never say give up. So I said, wow, I think that's it's
a different way of thinking, right? Yeah.
Yes.
And we learned, like we edit now, we do the sound mixing, we learned about lights and all this other stuff, right? So how did it happen? We just did it.
Just did it and then try. And if it couldn't work, just try another way.
And I wish we could actually explain this to people in Taiwan particularly. Because I always see people in Taiwan like wanting to have a teacher for everything. Everything people want to learn, they want a teacher, they want to pay somebody to do it. But you don't really need it most of the time. And actually often you'll have a better, in one aspect, better but different experience by just trying to learn it and figure it out and see what happens.
The journey is way more interesting.
Like I always see people, when I've gone on holiday with people from Taiwan, people like to really plan. Like I went on holiday with this one person and the girl like had every day planned and like what was going to happen. But for me, it's like go to a place and see what happens and try and do something and then meet some people and not plan too much if you can.
Yeah.
So sometimes just let life see where it takes you.
See what it goes.
Yeah. So what's your second one?
Okay. My second one is I'm really grateful for my family. My parents and my brother and my brother's family, they are all fine and have a good health condition. I think during this day, and they are all positive for me.
What do you mean all positive for you?
I think during this COVID thing, or just like
You
people,
mean they supported you well?
like we support each other, and
That's pretty
I
cool.
mean like they seldom complain.
Okay.
All right. So for me, this kind of, or when we face something, we're gonna try to fix them, and just like the positive attitude.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I think that's really cool, and it affects me, and they gave me some freedom. So
Yeah,
I'm
that's fantastic.
so I'm grateful for them.
All right. I think my second one I would say is my fiance.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like getting divorced a few years ago is really hard. Like I think a lot of people don't really get it. Like you get divorced and people think like you're happy to get away from that person, and in a way that you are. But I still know and see my ex-wife, and many times I feel regret. Not because I would say I still want to be part of that older marriage, but just you had dreams and hopes with another person, and we have a dog, so sometimes she takes the dog for the weekend, and it's hard. Like it's this thing that's always there because it was a dream that was planning to be with that person, and yeah, that particular dream ended, and then for a while, I think you almost don't know if you'll get better or if you'll be able to do it again. And that's why I'm very thankful, because I think we have something very real, which is nice. We live together, and we're going to get married, and we're planning to live on a farm and grow our own food. And again, I'm so thankful because I don't know how many girls would be willing to go on this kind of a journey with me.
Yeah, like you support each other.
Yeah, and we spend all of our free time together, which is great.
It's great.
Yeah, and I don't get tired of that. I enjoy.
Oh, that's
I enjoy spending all my time with her. She's great, so I'm very thankful for that. And especially throughout COVID and everything, it's like to have that kind of. Do you know the word anchor? It's like the big hook that they drop from a ship so that the ship doesn't move.
Oh, I see.
It's like an anchor. It's like when I leave work at night. I leave work pretty late. I leave at like 10 o'clock at night. I tell you, I drive home really fast because I just want to get home and see her and stuff.
See.
So I'm very
the anchor.
yeah.
That's a good energy. They can explain lots of things.
So I'm very thankful for that. It's a great part of my life. And now we have another addition. We have a little puppy. And
the second puppy.
Yeah, and the nice thing about that is like watching how we've been able to teach that puppy, and the fact that we've worked very well together, and we're very balanced and very fair, and doing a good job. It makes me feel very confident in the future about like having children with her and stuff, that we can work well together and stuff. So so yeah, very happy about that.
Okay.
All right, your turn.
All right. So what I'm grateful is like I met my boyfriend. I think it's
Paco.
Yes. So I think he makes me want to be a good person. And
that's really cool.
Yeah. And I think my life quality is totally different. Like we try new things. It's like I think at first I think wow, this guy's his value, what I think I can matches mine.
Oh, that's awesome.
Just like this, I already feel like so grateful. And then he pushes my life into another level. Like for example, I really like outdoor, but he makes like more adventure, like more challenge for me.
That's pretty cool. Well, it's nice someone who challenges you, right? Yeah.
So and I really like this, and just and the most important, like he talks about how to he makes me understand what's the feeling about like sharing and love in a relationship. Just sharing more emotions.
It's nice to have an older boyfriend, right?
Yeah. Like more mature. And
how many years difference between you guys?
10 years old?
10. So I've got 13 between me and Liv. But in the past, I'd always had girlfriends like the same age or older. So this is my first experience with someone considerably younger. But really, it works very well. Like, I now get it. I now understand why in the past it was always like that. It works because I've done all the different ways. I've had, like, my ex-wife was like 7 years older than me. And I've had other girlfriends who are like similar age. And this is the first one who's younger. It just works well. And she'll agree. She says the same thing. You know, it really seems to work much better in that way. I'm not saying it's the only way, but from my experience, it works well, right?
Because I think the woman is mentally mature than men. So if we have the age gap, it means like the conversation we're gonna match the value.
I think that's one. I think that Liv sometimes describes it for me, and she says, interesting. She says, if I had been younger, she would have given me more trouble. That's what she says. Yeah, I think she said she kind of felt like because I was older, she had to be a bit different. She wasn't going to give me as much trouble in some kind of way.
It's like a feeling because she want to like see you as
I don't know. I mean, that's
like
just
a big brother or a dad.
I think it's just the way that she described it, but I think as well it's just like being older. Like, I've been through a lot of things before.
More experience.
So when things happen, often I can tell her why it's happening. And I think that she kind of appreciates that. And also, I think I can remain calmer most of the time.
Oh, yeah, remain calmer.
Not all the time, because I'm not always calm. But I think as well, like, just being able to discuss things and articulate why it's happening instead of... When I was younger, I think when in a relationship, like, things would happen, and I wouldn't really be able to explain them that well. And your emotions take over. Whereas now, most of the time, I can keep my emotions under control.
More calm.
And, yeah, so seems to work better.
Yeah. And I think it's better. It's like when we have conversation, because he already have lots life experience. So when I say something like I don't have to explain too much, but he already get it. So I think you can make the conversation go into like a more deeper because
that's pretty good.
That's a great
conversation.
Yeah. So it's really good to have a deep conversation.
Okay, so I think for my next one, it's not as personal. It's more news, but I'm very thankful to finally see one place doing it the way it should be done, and that is Japan. And you see it here. Do not discriminate against the unvaccinated, Japanese government tells their citizens. But from what I've seen, they're doing some pretty interesting things. They're saying here, I mean, let's see if we can find it, right? So, where is this here? Nobody can doubt Japan's. So yeah, although we encourage all citizens to receive the vaccine, it's not compulsory or mandatory. Vaccinations will be given only with the consent of the person to be vaccinated after the information provided.
That's it.
Yes. Please get vaccinated of your own decision, understanding both the effectiveness in preventing infectious diseases and the risk of side effects. No vaccination will be given without consent. Please do not force anyone in your workplace or those around you to be vaccinated, and do not discriminate against those who have not been vaccinated. Thank God, finally, right?
Some government salaries.
Yeah, and then what they also said, I'll try and find it here in a minute though, is that the vaccines are going to come with a warning saying there are some ingredients here that haven't been used in vaccines before. And they're also warning against side effects and listing what they are. Like, couldn't ask for more. Couldn't ask more. Respect people, respect people's choice. Informed consent. Let people know what's going on and let them consent to it, and also show the possible risks. Why other countries? I thought people in the West felt like they were more advanced with human rights and stuff. Bullshit. Follow Japan's example. Japan is leading the way with this. And they also allow certain medications. It's kind of like Voldemort medications, you know, from Harry Potter. He who should not be named. The medicines that should not be named. But they also allow them in Japan, apparently. So, Japan, yes, please. Very, very happy. Yeah. All right. Should we do one more each?
One more each.
Do you have another one? Anything else to be thankful for?
All of a sudden.
I'll put you on the spot. Anything?
All right.
No? Should I try?
Yeah,
I suppose, similar to what you said, I'll maybe just change it and say, I'm happy to be in Taiwan.
Oh.
I'm happy to be here. We've been really lucky. It's hard. I try to put myself in the shoes of people who've been in other countries through all these lockdowns. We had kind of a lockdown for 2-3 months, but nothing like other people have gone through. So I've tried to imagine what it's like, and I don't think I can get close to what the reality is.
Oh,
so I'm pretty thankful that we're here. In a way, also a little bit sad that I don't know what other people went through, but happy that we're here. And I don't think that people in Taiwan really appreciate freedom as much as they could, and that's because the government hasn't done anything really bad to them. And I hope it continues like that for a long time. So I think people could keep the government,
doing a good thing.
Yeah, just challenge their authority a little bit more. But so far, so good. It's been decent. I don't like the fact that we have to wear masks out and everywhere, except in the gym, which is strange, or in a restaurant. Even though with no cases, but
still
they're not forcing me to get the vaccine. So if I got to wear a mask, I'll wear a mask. So far, so good here. Let's hope it continues. And yeah, my whole time here has been pretty good, so I'm pretty happy about that.
In my countries, I don't know, my country is so safe until Paco told me. It's
not just for the vaccine and the virus or whatever, but also just for walking around.
Just walking around. Sometimes they forgot to pull out the key or motorcycle and pull it in a days after they come back and say, the key's still there.
Yeah. No, it's really good in that way. It's safe. I never feel worried here at all.
We were not scared about be robbed or steal things on the road. But when you go to Europe, you have to take care of your bag, especially you're a tourist, or you're gonna be
they're very good at pickpocketing in Europe.
Yeah.
When I went to Greece, someone stole my wallet out of my pocket.
Oh.
Yeah, so they're very good, and he did it in a very interesting way. So,
so at least right now, and Taiwan is like a modern country. I think it's more like a developed countries. So it's a more safe and not too poor, just have money. So good place to live.
Yeah, so thankful about that, right? All right, so we finished with the thanks?
Yeah.
Right, so then to end this one, seeing as it's like Christmas and New Year, I wanted to share something with you. Something that you actually don't know about me, that everybody else knows.
Everybody knows.
Everyone who knows me knows this thing, except you, I think. Well, no, there are a few people who know me, but who know me more personally. Everyone knows this, but you don't.
What?
I am a hugger. I fucking hug everybody. Everybody I know. The guys, the girls, the guys' girlfriends. In fact, I think I freak people out all the time because I hug so much. But I have known you for so long, and I've never given you a hug. Was because we had the business kind of thing going.
Oh, yeah.
And never. So, to end today, I wanted to have my first hug with Abby. If that's okay with you. You have to ask for consent today's world.
Yeah, information.
Informed consent.
So,
is that okay? Can I give you a hug?
Yeah, sure.
Fantastic. All right, are we taking these off?
Right. All right.
Okay. I love hugging, so that's hopefully is the first of many, right?
That's the first time,
Yeah, hopefully the first of many.
All right, yeah,
because as I say, I hug everybody. I make people uncomfortable. I hug so much, so you needed to know this about me. So thank you for that. Sure. Right, so thanks, guys. That was a bit more personal. Maybe you got to learn a little bit about us personally. And as always, please help us out a little bit. Like, share, and subscribe. So to everybody, Abby, I think we say right. Merry Christmas to everyone. Hope
Merry
you have a happy
Christmas.
new year. And let this year be the year we go back to some kind of normal next year. Please, God.
赶快回归正常吧，快受不了啦。
Right. So we'll see you guys in the new year. But goodbye, everybody.
Bye.